So hello, greetings to you. You're welcome to Touch Million TV. Today we're looking at BTC charts, which is the date 14th August 2025. Already we had an analysis. We have the, let me just stretch this out for us to be able to see clearly. So we looked at the all-time high BTC was actually that created, was going to react at that zone. This was it here, this zone here, right? This was this zone here. And that was exactly what happened. BTC came to that zone right here. You can see this sell, this massive sell to the downside here, all the way down. So this was a massive sell. So if you took profits, then you're good to go. I personally made 100% on this trade, right? I made 100% on this trade, right? So this was a massive sell before the market reacted to something interesting there and started buying up massively, which is okay, right? Which is what's okay, and went created an incredible high as well, right, of around 124 thereabouts. Right now, what are we looking at? What BTC can do, right? What are we looking at? The possibilities of what BTC can do. Now let's get to this. This has been invalidated, so we're just going to take it out. Take this out, take this out, just take every single thing out that we've seen. So now what are we looking at in terms of what BTC can do? Let's go to the 4 hours time frame and just have a clear, more picture. Bitcoin has created an incredible high, right? It broke its previous high here and, created a high, which is something extraordinary, right? Which is something extraordinary. And we can see that massively well here. So beautiful here. So what are we looking at here in terms of what BTC can do? Already, we have key positions. First of all, you can see that BTC has actually been on an uptrend, right? It has been on an uptrend, right? So it's very clear on what the market has been doing, right? So it has been breaking various previous highs and creating some incredible zones for entries, those who can actually pay attention to that. So what are we looking in terms of possibilities of what this particular trade or coin can do? So let's look. So if we go to the lower time frame here, we can clearly see it's currently hovering around this zone. It's currently hovering around the zone. It has not really done something significant. This zone here, right? This point here, right? This is probably a key level for decision. We don't know who. We can see clearly first that the sellers are trying to push the market down, which is okay. The sellers are trying to push the market down, which is very much okay, right? So we're currently waiting for the market, looking at what the market is actually going to do. But at the same time, the market is actually trying to give us a clear direction of a possible sell, right? So there are two things that are actually possible here, and that is exactly what I'll be showing you, right? There are two things that are actually possible here, and that is exactly what I'll be showing you right here, right? There are two things that are actually possible, and that is exactly what I will be showing you here. So these are the two major things that are possible. So first of all here on this chart here, I'm looking at a sell from this zone here. I'm looking at a sell from this zone here, right? A sell. So that is like, okay, if this market really respects that zone, we're just looking at a sell. I'm also looking at a sell from this other point. So most time when you have more than one positions, that's where risk management comes in, right? You just necessarily need to understand fully well that you have to be able to use proper risk management in case the market does not really respect your zones, right? So this is like the number one point we're looking at here. One. So I'll just reduce this font, the size of this letter. This is the other point we're looking at here for a sell, and this is 2, right? So this is zones for a possible sell, right? So in order not to miss out, right, you get me, then that is on this part. Then if this market is actually going to go up, which we're anticipating, then we're looking at the buy from this point to, we're already there, so we're looking at the buy from this point to now take us to these up levels, right? Before the market can go down, right? So buy to the up and sell to the down. So you can have this here at this very point here, and the stop loss will just be at that very before and all the way up, right? It can go up all the way up, right? And if that buy is up, it can take out that previous high and just take us to that zone, right? But then the sell is now based on the first level of number one and first key levels of number two, right? So these are like major what we are looking at for possible buy and sell, right? For possible buy and sell. So let's look at the 4 hours time frame and see what's up. So the 4 hours time frame, we can actually have a sell from a zone. There's something catching my attention around this zone here. We can actually have a buy, from this zone, but let's not forget we have a zone below which has been standing very plainly here, this zone here. We've had a zone around this point here which has been standing very clear here. So if this market invalidates that point, then we're looking at this particular point. So one of the unique thing about trading is that most people just feel that, oh, you have to be so sure. No, you're not a future teller, or should I say you're not somebody that is that knows the future. You can only anticipate about it, right? So you can only anticipate the movement of what the market can do, right? So that is why you have stop loss. That is why you have, so at this zone here you can enter at market, right? But then there's a high tendency that this market will invalidate this point here. There's a high tendency this market will invalidate this point here because of the liquidity below here, right? Because of this liquidity here, right? So if I am to place a trade, I would rather use this point here as a point of entry. I'd rather use this point here as a point of entry, which is of course not a bad idea. I'd rather use this point here as a point of entry, which is of course, let's look at the 1 hour time frame and see very clearly on that, which is of course not a bad idea, right? So 2 hours will give us what we're looking for, which is of course not a bad idea, but that can just be that zone that we're looking for and the buy that we are anticipating as well, right? The buy, no, other way around, we're not trying to sell. So this cannot just be the buy that we are anticipating as well here. So this is just it, right? This is just it. Then probably we can see those sell levels that we're looking for, right? So this is the whole idea around BTC chart, possibilities around that, and what we feel the market can do, right? So I'll just take this out here and then let's observe and see what the market can do, right? So we're going to check which is the 15th of August, and get to see the parameters that we've mapped out, which of those parameters the market would respect, right? So if you got value, do well to subscribe to the channel, do well to comment if you have a question or contribution, and know we're here to help you win. Also, if you have interest in learning how to really learn how to trade, you can as well do well to reach out to us. Check in the description, you're going to see my number, send a DM on WhatsApp, and let's get you started. We have physical classes at our physical training institute academy actually, and we also have online classes. No matter where you are, we can actually give you that value that you're looking for. Once again, I will always say trading is 10% buying, 10% selling, and 80% waiting. Thank you very much.